messed up your guitar.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Temple Israel. We're so glad you could be here with us tonight as we celebrate Shabbat together. And we're going to start with a little hine on page 10. Please join with us.
Ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ine mato umanaim shevet kulanu gam yachad shevet kulanu gam yachad ine mato umanaim shevet kulanu gam yachad yalalai 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 ine mato umanaim shevet kulanu gam yachad ine mato umanaim shevet kulanu gam yachad. Gather us in peace, gather us in joy, gather us in strength, we are one. Gather us in peace, gather us in joy, gather us in joy, strength, gather us in strength, we are one, we are one. All right, let's do that one more time. Gather us in peace, gather us in joy, gather us in strength, we are one. Let's go back to the ya-la-lai, 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 ya-la-lai.
So tomorrow morning on this very bima, Hazel Slotkin is becoming bat mitzvah, and so in anticipation of this special event, she's putting her sister to work, and so we're going to invite Ruby to come on up with our blessings. Oh, good. Okay, great. I mean, that is sort of like the sister's privilege, but it's nice. All right, so we're going to start with our candle blessing, which can be found on page 2. Melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen. All right, Miss Hazel, you want to lift the cup? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Ruby, we said to cover off the holiday. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Awesome. Take a bite if you want to. That looks like one of the challahs made by our challah bakers, so it actually is probably pretty good. Now, Keith, you have to eat the rest of it. Okay. Wonderful, Mazel Tov, thank you. So we're going to ask everyone else to please rise now on page 28 as we call each other to worship with the words of the Baruch Hu.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 yai, lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 yai, yai lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai.
Continue on page 31. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
Join now on the words of Shema, which can be found on page 34.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Yai lai lai, yai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto. Leolam, Leolam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto. Leolam, Leolam va'ed. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. You shall love, love with all of your heart, your soul, and with all of your might. And you shall teach your children to hope, to love, and to know what is right. Ya-la-la, 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 ya-la-la. Ya-la-la, ya-la-la, ya-la. Ya-la-la, 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 ya-la.
So I would love to invite, we have some 7th graders here this evening. If you are one of those 7th graders, we're going to invite you to come on up and ask everyone else to be seated. Our 7th graders are going to be helping us lead the Ve'ahavta on page 36. But come a little closer. Come a little closer.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך
בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Page 39, standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot.
that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness.
That there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
Micha mocha va'elim Adonai. Micha mocha ve'dava kodesh micha mocha. Micha mocha va'elim Adonai. Micha mocha ve'dava kodesh.
page 45. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. So I'll ask you to please rise again as we open our hearts and our lips and our minds with words of tefillah.
Adonai, Sefatai Tifta, Ufi Yagi, Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sefatai Tifta, Ufi Yagi, Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sefatai Tifta, Ufi Yagi, Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sefatai Tifta, Ufi Yagi, Tehilatecha.
48. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Koneh Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Ba'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol atah Rav v'Hoshia, Mechagel Chayim b'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol b'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim v'Rofech Olim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayem Emunato, Lishanei Afar, Michamocha b'Gevurot, U'Mido Melech, Melech Mimit U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Please be seated. So just last week was our first Shabbat together since the hostages had been released. And for those of you who joined us last week, you saw that we had this beautiful moment where Rabbi Michael was able to remove the talit from the chair where it has been for these past 2 years. But so too, we find ourselves always praying for peace in the land of Israel. Our friend Rachel is heading there in just a week or two. And so if you wish, by the way, it is a tradition that to make sure that her journey is a journey of peace, that if you give her a little bit of tzedakah to share with people in Israel, we are told that that makes her trip one of shalom. But so too, we just always take this moment to be able to offer prayers for peace in Israel, for peace in our country, and in all the world. So page 60 will join in that prayer.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael אתה הוא מלך הדור, לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך הדור, לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שלב בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
So I invite you now to take a few moments and just close your Siddurim as we take a little time to think about those in our community who are in need of healing prayers. In just a moment, we'll have the opportunity to share names of those who may be in need of a little healing, but first, we offer them this prayer.
Dear God of our ancestors,
Dear God of our ancestors,
help us renew our faith.
help us renew our faith.
Grant us a perfect healing.
Grant us a perfect healing.
Bring peace to all our days.
Bring peace to all our
Ilna,
days.
Ilna, Rafana la, Rafana la nu. Ilna, Rafana la, Rafana la nu. Restore our strength of body.
Restore our strength of body.
Help clarify our mind.
Help clarify our minds.
Refresh our tired spirits.
Refresh our tired spirit.
Rejuvenate our light.
Rejuvenate our lives.
Elna, Rafana la, Rafana la nu. Elna, Rafana la, Rafana la nu.
So if there's someone who you're thinking of who could use some healing or would appreciate knowing their names were shared in this space, I invite you to share them at this time.
Samantha Trapp.
So too, tonight we're thinking of Eric Ash and Glenn Figgis, of Harold Garber and Carl Greenberg, of Mike Henson and Nathan Levinson, of Michelle, of Drew Patchen, of Reva Roberts and Bob Rosenfield, of Rochelle Siverly, of Kennedy Smith and Harriet Snyder, of Blair Vilmetti and Lisi Weinstein, and of David. Thinking of each of them and those we keep in our hearts, we say to God, Alna Rafana La, heal them please.
Thank you for all these blessings.
Thank you for all these blessings.
Throughout our days and nights,
Throughout our days and nights,
we celebrate the journey.
we celebrate the journey.
This this precious gift of life.
This precious gift of life.
Il narfanala nu. Il narfanala nu. Il narfanala nu. Hoy say shalom, bimroma. Hoy say shalom, bimroma. Huya ase shalom. Huya ase shalom. Huya ase shalom. Alleluia. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Be Roma. Oh, say shalom. Be Roma. Uyase shalom. Uyase shalom. Uyase shalom. Alleluia. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
So tomorrow morning at services, Hazel is going to be reading from the Torah portion known as Noah. And so you will probably be not surprised to hear that most of what happens in this Torah portion is about the story of Noah, the guy with the ark and all the animals. But at the very, very end of the Torah portion, there is one paragraph that is a different story altogether. And that, because Noah is such a cool story, we almost always forget about. But this is a very important story, and you probably heard of this as well. It's called the Tower of Babel. So this story is actually pretty simple. After the generation of the flood, there aren't that many people left on the earth because, remember, God killed everyone in a flood. And so this generation who is left a few years after Noah, they decide that they are all going to get together and they are going to have this massive building project. They are going to create a tower that goes all the way to the heavens. Now, we don't actually know why they decided to do this. Jewish legend gives us all sorts of different reasons for why they might have done it. Maybe they did it because it was just hubris. They wanted to see if they could do it and be just like God. Maybe they were scared because of what happened after the flood. They felt like they needed a backup plan in case God decided to destroy the earth again. Maybe, one of the Midrashim teaches, maybe actually they wanted to fight God. There's one story that says that at the very top of the tower, they had a guy like holding up a sword, ready to fight God. All we know for sure, though, is that at some point, God looks down from the heavens, sees this amazing giant tower that the people are building, and says, whoops, this is not going to turn out very well for me. And God decides that the best way to make sure that they don't continue building this tower all the way to the heavens is not to destroy the whole thing, but instead to make it so they cannot communicate with each other. And so God takes all of the people who are building this tower, and he gives them all different languages, so that when they speak to each other, it just sounds like babble, babble, babble. And therefore, this Tower of Babel does not come to much at all, and all of the people go their separate ways, all speaking their different languages. Now, we're also not really sure why this story is in the Torah. We do know that this is a story that, as Rabbi Michael and Hazel studied some together, that is in many different cultures. We think that perhaps that means there could have been some great tower in history. Maybe this is a story that's included in the Torah just to explain how cities came about. Maybe it's a story that is just trying to explain why people speak different languages. But whatever the reason is, one thing is for sure. This story reminds us that if we are not able to understand the words of the people around us, that we will never really be able to accomplish anything. Now, I know that that seems like a pretty obvious answer, but the truth is my guess is that there are some times when all of us here have had experiences when we are actually speaking the same language as someone else, but still our words are misunderstood or misconstrued. I'm not going to ask for a show of hands, but I want to guess that there's many people in this room, at least everyone who has a cell phone, who has at some point sent a text to someone that somehow did not get understood in the way that you wished for it to. Maybe you were doing speak to text and you hit send before you looked at it and then realized, oh my gosh, it said a very offensive word and I didn't mean to. Done that a few times. Maybe you forgot to add, an emoji or an exclamation point in the right place, and somehow the tone of your message didn't come through exactly as you wanted it to. And so the words in English that you were trying to say to someone else may not be what they understood. This is something I will say that is not just a problem of the modern age. This is not just about what happens when you text too quickly or what happens when you send an email in the middle of the night and don't think it through. This is something that also we can see in the Torah as well, but from last week's Torah portion. Last week's Torah portion, there are like so many good ones this time of year. Last week's Torah portion was the story of Cain and Abel, the world's first brothers. So you may remember, there's Adam and Eve. They get kicked out of the garden for eating the forbidden fruit. They go on to live, and they have these two sons, Cain and Abel. And Abel is a hunter or a shepherd, and Cain is a farmer. And both of them decide that they are going to make some sort of offering to God. Cain gives God of his harvest, and Abel gives God of his flock. And it turns out God is not a vegetarian. And God is not very excited about what Cain has to offer. Now, God tries to make Cain feel a little bit better about it. He's like, Cain, don't worry about it. Next time, I'm sure you'll offer me something great. It's going to be awesome. But Cain still has all of this jealousy in his heart. And so the Torah says that one day Cain went out and he killed Abel. His response, God then asks of him, God says, Cain, where is your brother Abel? Now, by the way, God knows everything, right? So God totally knows where Abel is. God knows that Abel is dead, but he asked the question anyway. And Cain's response is a very famous one. It's just 3 words in Hebrew, 5 in English. He says, Hashomer achi anochi. Am I my brother's keeper? But here's the thing. Because the Torah has no punctuation, because the Torah has no emojis, exclamation points, anything like that, we don't actually know exactly what it is that Cain was trying to say. Maybe Cain was playing dumb. Oh, am I my brother's keeper? I don't know. Maybe Cain was actually really mad. I mean, after all, there's only 4 people in the whole world. God created them. Maybe he's saying, oh, am I my brother's keeper? Are not you, God, the keeper of everyone here? Or maybe, actually, Cain really didn't know what he was doing. I mean, at this point in human history, no one has died yet. How on earth was Cain supposed to know that when he hit Abel over the head with that rock that it wasn't going to turn out well? Maybe when he says, am I my brother's keeper, he's saying, oh my God, Am I my brother's keeper? We never really know. But we can see how in just those 3 words, just those 5 words in English, they can shape how we think about Cain forever. Most traditions think of Cain as the first one, of playing dumb, that of course he knew. But really, what if we knew how he thought? What if just in the Torah it said, he said this sadly, he said it apologetically, he said it angrily? It would have changed forever what we thought about Cain's words. All it really says to us is this, is we know that words have power. And whether it's like in the story of the Tower of Babel that we truly don't understand the words that other people are saying, or whether it's like in the story of Cain and Abel that it can just be a little thing that can make us misinterpret what someone else means, we know that our words can be powerful and dangerous. And sometimes it can just be saying that one wrong thing to a colleague that can make you lose your job. Sometimes it can be just saying that one unkind thing to a friend that can make you lose a relationship. Sometimes it can be that one letter that you sign or that you don't sign that can turn a community against you. Our words, they really do matter. And so perhaps the lesson here is simply that we need to be careful with our words, and of course we should. So much of what we heard on the high holidays again and again is about the idea of guarding our speech, but there is kind of a beautiful lesson here as well. Because when God says, oh, we have to stop these people who are building the Tower of Babel, what God says is if they all speak the same language, who knows what they could be capable of? What if we can say to ourselves, who knows what we could be capable of if somehow we were able to truly understand and listen to what others say? So may we take the time to make sure that our words are understood. May we take the time to know that our words have meaning, and when we use our words to make this world a little bit of a better place. Shabbat Shalom. So, before we turn to the conclusion of our service, just a few announcements. First, this Sunday, we are having a class on a Jewish approach to end-of-life choices. It will be from 9:45 to 11:15. Love to have you join us. It's that time period so that if you have children in religious school, you are free to drop them off and just come. Everyone is welcome. Also, even though Halloween is not a Jewish thing, we are still supporting those who love Halloween. We also love Halloween, but especially our partner school at Monroe Elementary, we are doing a collection of costumes and candy for them. And so especially, I'm looking at some of our families out here, if you have costumes that your children have grown out of, we would love for you to bring them in so that the Monroe students...
Just the scary mask. Can you give just the scary mask?
Okay, so actually there is no rule about masks. So yes, you can give the mask. We are going to let them choose exactly what they want. But please do bring them in by this Sunday, because then we have to be able to get them to our Monroe students in time for them to celebrate Halloween together. So with that, I would love to ask you, if you will, to please rise, and we're going to turn to Aleinu on page 282.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'Adon hakol, l'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'artzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu chorim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
And on 287,
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
we take a few moments now and recall with love the names of those taken from us in recent days. And our hearts go out to their families in sympathy as we recall their names: Penny Codner, Suzanne Lasky, and Mark Turkin. We now recall the names of those the anniversary of whose death occurs on this Shabbat and whose names have been inscribed in the archives of our congregation or on the Wall of Honor for perpetual memorial: Beatrice Alschuler, Morton Onfanger, Rosalind Bree Apple, Hannah Littman-Auer, Gottlieb Barkin, Bess Brown, Robert Berg, Millard S. Cohen, Bess Fink, Pharrell Fox, Roger Freed, Sophia Sigan-Gillerman, Sam Goldman, Lillian Grand, Emil Green, Lizzie Greenberg, Deborah Grodsky, Irvin Sonny Harris, Hannah Bromett Hartman, Helen Arbisman-Kerner, Melvin Cohn, Myra Tucholsky-Coppola, Louis Landau, Eva Shear-Lazaroff, Anna Blacker-Lieberman, Ralph Scott Linford, Joyce Moore, Clara Rubin Newmark, Andrew C. Scallett, Esther Shermer, Arthur Silver, Herbert Simon, Joseph Smithman, Jerry Sokolik, Myrna Sokolik, Mark Steinberg, Carrie Steiner, Ann Swire, Ida Wennick-Trainin, Jenny Wagner, Benjamin Weil, Gerald Weinstein, Herman S. Wolfheim Jr., Lucille Strauss-Wolfert. So those names and the names that we keep in our hearts, we turn to the words of the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294.
Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv emru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach la'olam v'omei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudesha b'richu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran v'ama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al Yisrael, ve'imru. Amen.
So I asked Rob if he knew of any songs that somehow connected to the idea of being able to use our words carefully and wisely, and shockingly he had one. And it's one we've done a few times before, but if you don't know it, you will catch on quickly.
I will open my eyes, I will not look away, I will use this gift I've been given every day. I will give of myself,
I will give of myself,
I will reach out my hand,
I will reach out my hand,
I will use this heart I've been given to take a stand. I have a voice, my voice is powerful, my voice can change the world. I have a voice, my voice is powerful, my voice can change the world. Change the world. I will fight for the truth, I'll stand up for what's right, I will use this strength I've been given to be alive. I have a voice, my voice is powerful, my voice can change the world. I have a voice, my voice is powerful, my voice can change the world. I have a voice, my voice is powerful, my voice can change the world. I have a voice, my voice is powerful, My voice can change the world. Change the world.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.